Hello people, this is Nothing Special and we're back with Dungeon Siege. Last episode we went through the swamp, the undead swamp. Got a lot of new gear, I think. And now we're heading into this tree route. To fight goblins and robots. We saw a few robots at the end of the last episode. Now we'll see a lot more robots. It's a really weird little section compared to the rest of the game, which is so high fantasy, and now we're fighting literal robots. This is a bit of a trap, because down here we will face enemies basically on all sides, which means that our mages are gonna be quite vulnerable. I am actually gonna even do some tactics, turn follow off, put our mages in the middle. No, over there, please. Range. Wait, where should the enemies be? They're gonna be, I think, mostly on around here, not down back there. So I'm gonna put, I think. Then I'm gonna put my melee boys at the edges. So hopefully they will draw the aggro. Let's go down. I was completely wrong there on this side. So you go over there as quickly as you can. Yeah, okay, good. No, what are you doing? You absolute maniac, said. He's been trouble. Look at this. Now they're all attacking him. That was Merrick. Okay, fine. Nature mages are crazy. They are the goblins. There's two kinds. There's the grunts, which are super weak and does nothing, and then there's the guards that are stronger. They attack quite quick, and in high numbers can deal quite a lot of damage, but should not be a problem. That went well. We got another robot, the heater. They are not dangerous at all. They look more dangerous than they are. They don't really do any damage, and they don't have a lot of health compared to some other machines we will see later. What's that? Nope, it's not better than the crossbow. I'm pretty sure. I need to double check. Yeah, 800. That's a lot of damage on my range guy. Girl, even. I only have one female character, yeah. I'm gonna have two at the end of this. There aren't that many female characters. There's 3 in this game, I think. In the non-DLC map, right? No, 4. It's Laura, then it's the range one in Stonebridge, and the range one at the Traveler's Camp. And then there is the other one that I'm gonna get. The Combat Mage I'm gonna get later on, which is free. I think that's the only... Then there's everyone else is male. In the Legend of Aranna DLC, I think there's more. Right? No, there's 3 in that as well. No, there's 3 in that. Not as well. But there's less characters in general in that. Both range. I really like making a woman range. In the second game there's an equal amount. Same amount of male and females. Here are the killbots. They are quite dangerous. They attack quickly and deals a lot of damage. And they have a stronger variant. Gonna show up later. You need to be careful of them. It's explosive barrels. They should not be any problem for you. They're not like the explosive barrels in the mine, who can auto-kill your... insta-kill your characters. These explosive barrels have absolutely no problem. They do, okay, they do more damage than I remember, but they don't do... they're not gonna insta-kill you. It's a fairly straightforward area. There are some secret locations that you might have missed, that you can miss. What can I find? Are there any boxes? Yeah, there are some boxes. Let's get some extra gold. Do I have any small mana potions left? No, let's not pick up a bunch of that stuff anymore then. But we did get a katana over here and I need to check that out. It would be cool to use a katana. And I will use it. Even though it has Lee damage, which is a bit annoying. But it's cool. Yeah. Health potion I'll pick up. A good follow-up, yeah. Where are you going? Okay. There's some GoBots. There are 4 different kinds with different weapons. We've seen the flamers in the beginning in Lost Episode 2, and they are the shockers. Those are two weaker variants. I don't think any of them are really that strong. They're quite defensive. But they're not that bad, and you can actually get their weapons. If I remember correctly, I think there's only 1 that are like good. And check it out. Where the hell are you going? Yeah, it's decent damage at this time, but it requires intelligence and dexterity, which is just a bit of a weird combination. If you really tried, you can use it, but that's not gonna be any good, no. Not really any point taking the explosive barrels out, they don't drop anything. Just a force of habit that I'm doing it. boots. We got a blade. Probably some better now. 6. How much is this one club? 900, yep. We got a new robot, the Blaster. They got a lot of HP and a lot of defense. Shoot grenades. Not too bad in terms of damage, but they do have area of effect, so if the grenades go past, they can hit your weaker characters. They're a good support unit for the strong melee enemies. So far, so good. There is a bit of a difficulty spike in this area after a certain point where the fights are really big with a lot of strong enemies. We'll see how we handle that. Nope, that obviously does not work. The Proxo, they explode. They do decent damage, but if they go for your melee, they should not be that big of a problem. And they don't have a lot of health, so your shooters can shoot it down before it gets to them. And here are the what are they called? Copters. Very weak, should not be a problem. Crossbow. The fin cap I want to look at. Nope, I don't want to look at it. That's a lot of extra armor. 66. 57. Yeah. How much armor difference is that? That is... oh, okay, actually it is better. Here's a little side path. to the Goblin Mess Hall, where they have their dinner and do the dishes. I love these little areas. There are not a lot of them in the game, I feel like. It's like the dwarves little side area with it. It's just fun. Environmental storytelling and all that. This game doesn't have too much of that. That's the correct way. Here's another little side path. Might have seen those. There was a door here and it opened. You will see a lot of them here and there where enemies can spawn. Sometimes they spawn behind you, so keep an eye out. Here's another of the GoBots weapons. The flamethrower, which requires strength and dexterity. I guess I would have tried to use this, but it is lower. The thing about these GoBot weapons, they have ammo / fuel, I guess, which fills up over time. As when you shoot, it goes down, but over time it goes back up. So when you when you reach 0, you will start to your DPS will be significantly lower, because you will then shoot only when the bar is filled up a little bit. Buying a lot of gold. Also these boxes, there's big ones and small ones, and they hide enemies, of course. So these Tesla coils, they're ridiculously weak. They don't do any damage and they have no health or defense, so nothing to worry about. Some more alloy boots. Don't think I missed anything. No. Here's a fun little area. We can go 4 different ways. I guess the correct way would be to go... wait, yeah, this is the way you're supposed to go. Like, this is the way to the exit, I guess. But if you want to explore everything, you should go straight forward, and that will take you around to this one, which will take you over to this. But you can go in any direction you want, I guess. Why is there no one coming? And here are the stronger version of the spider, the hunters. They have a little bit more health and deal more damage. And they're quite nasty. A lot of explosions down here. Just gonna let them do their thing. The enemies run out at some point. Ooh, that is, I believe, 21 armor. Yes. Nothing? There's some boxes I need to take anyway. Well, I don't need to, but I want to. You saw there were 2 doors. Here that we can go through. They both lead to the same way. But this one is a bit further away. So you don't have to backtrack to get all the enemies. Alright, scale gauntlets. That is gauntlets. That is 14, yes. I think I have quite good gloves, yeah. Okay, we're going this way. Let's open all of this. Good. You can see the fleeing happening from my main character's weapon. 10% chance of them fleeing every time he hits them, and so it should happen every 10th attack. Here is a new enemy. The Perforator. I think that's how you say it. They are quite dangerous, but one-on-one, they're not that bad. Okay. Let's regroup. The dwarf is just going crazy. Perforators, they have machine guns, they shoot quite fast, they can hit multiple targets. And behind like hunters and stuff, they can deal quite a lot of damage. And they're quite offensive as well. There's a little box with a GoBot in it. That's not gonna be better. Nope. Let's backtrack. Oh, that's also not gonna be better. Now I have an amazing range armor. But here, if you have all of these big fights, you might not see this little corner cave you can go into. It's a weird little area. In this room, there are 3 chests in 3 out of the 4 corners. I don't know why there is one corner without a chest, but there is. Beaded bow. That's quite unique, but it also sucks. Another unique bow. Puncture bow. Okay, it was so bad that even Glorn could use it. Yeah. There's a lot of bows. I'm gonna have you pick them up. Pressing too many buttons. We got kind of a lot of gold, but that's about it. And you might have missed it, because if you go past a certain point, this door opens and it has large health potion and mana potions in it. Something you obviously would want to pick up at this stage. Although, looking at what I have, how many health potions I have, I don't really need it. But it's good to save for the future. And now we're on the other side of this thing, where we were over here before. I completely missed that staff, but I assume it is not good. I'm going to assume it, because I'm not going to go pick it up. Yeah, there's lift here we do not want to go to, because I think... No, it does not move by itself, right? It starts over there, but when you get close enough, it moves with all of these enemies to here. But it doesn't go automatic back and forth. You get tricked that it does, because it does come. If you see it coming, you like think it's moving by itself, but it's not. It's just moving some enemies. We're shooting at something else, yeah. So. That was a big fight. We killed absolutely everything. Now we can loot. I saw the crystal staff here. Look at that. New. And there's an electric plate. Now, this is an area we need to be careful because we're going straight over into a huge number of enemies. Get rid of that. On the other side. These enemies are gonna see you, they're gonna go over all over here. I wonder if I put everyone on this side, they won't see me, but I won't. This is gonna be a big fight. Here they, oh, well, they come automatically apparently. I thought they saw you when you went over, but they don't. And they're gonna start shooting you before you... most of my melee can do anything. And you're sort of trapped, you can't run backwards here unless you wanna use the lever, but then you have to get all of your characters on it. On the platform. Better to just tank through it. Drink health potions if you have to. Seems like it's going pretty well though. Another type of GoBot, the Grenader. Not too bad. Ooh, nice. And the grenade launcher is quite bad if I remember. It requires only strength. So, but if you use it, you level up in dexterity. And it has very low DPS. But that is an interesting... armor. 210. Oh, hell yes. I'm starting to get a bit full on health potions here. That is not an armor you often find down here. You find it later. Good. should turn them off. I think these things, they deal damage, but not a lot. But yeah, I just like turning them off. Good. Are you shooting them down there? Really? I don't want you to shoot them down there. I don't want you to be attacked by them down there neither. Stop. Nice. That is, I believe, 1000 DPS for a one-handed melee weapon. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, 1000. That is a... I mean, it's not too much of an upgrade, but it is an upgrade. Not much exciting weapon. See if this door opens. What is it? A proxy. Should not be. Should be better for you, actually. Here is another one of those secret corner caves. It's a bit of a mini puzzle. You have to find 3 of these lanterns and light them before this door opens. Press it, it says, this door seems to be magically sealed. There's another one. Another bow. I didn't even look at the damage. Here's the third one. Now the door is open. And in here, we have a button. With the 4th kind of GoBot, the gunner. And this is the only one that is usable because it is very high DPS. And I'm gonna use it. You see that yellow bar, that is the ammo, which will go down when we shoot and go up when we don't shoot. That was a terrible chest. Take a look at it. Yeah. It's just so weird. But this game, it doesn't fit at all, I think. Now let's head down here. So many enemies. Just let my character do their thing. Then we can go backwards and take all the boxes and all the loot. That usually goes on for a lot longer, but that's fine. Butler, let's just pick it up with someone and see what it is. 6 armor, that is actually better. Boxes here, yeah. 12 health. Why aren't you fighting? I have no idea why that happened. I have never seen that bug where the character just stops fighting. It's fighting now, right? Yeah. Fine. Are you guys fine here? I think so. I think these guys are shooting at my melee. You can see she has a run out of ammo. But she's just shooting a little bit and stopping. She should shoot all the time if she has ammo. Wait, is he over there? Okay, fine. He's doing fine. Was there someone coming? Yeah, some goblins. You don't need to fight them. Some audio bugs, as you might hear. That has always been a thing in this game. So that's not something new. There's a door here. There's nothing behind it, so don't expect a ambush. Right? Here's the way up. That's not better. No. Not for how I count. Why do I have that? I don't think there was anything. And there was a barrel. It was a cool armor, but it is not better than the ones I have. And we are, I think, close to the, not too close to the end, but we're past the main bit of it. Yeah, we're pretty close to the end here. Here's a GoBot room, all types of GoBots running around, shooting. It's the same armor I have. Oh, misclick. Out. I think the clockwork crossbow can go above 1000 DPS if you're lucky. Now we're on the final stretch. And this area actually have a final boss, which is not something we really have seen for a long time. We had the jade, no, the ruby gargoyle after the crypt, and we had the giant spider. And then the game just stops with like main bosses that you have to defeat in order to continue. There might be some armies we have to defeat in order to continue, but I don't think if actually there is that. You can run past everything if you want to. But there is a actual main boss that you have to defeat in here, which is the third one. But here's a little side area before that. What happened to your health? A rock pelt. That is a... What is that? It's a goddamn armor. What? That is a very unique armor. Yeah. It sucks though, compared to what I have. It's not even good for you. Actually, I can't have it anyway. It's cool though. And here it is. Everyone ready? Let's go.
Wretched Krug! Wretched invaders! Everything wrecked! Sick no have magic staff. Stupid human wizard no have staff. Warding staff ours. Goblins! You all pay!
Get him. The Goblin Robo Suit. Not afraid at all, unfortunately. I do remember this guy being really difficult, but I think that is in the sort of non-DLC version of this game. I think that's where this guy is really strong, but here it is nothing. It's even like, I was gonna say, it looks like it's like attacking my mages and stuff, and it doesn't do anything anyway. You just have to take it down.
I lose, but no difference. Ancient evil and humans fight now. Goblins watch, goblins laugh, goblins take what's left.
And there's the warding staff that we were meant to find. Before we pick that up, that's gonna be a really good weapon too. We have some cool gear. That's great. Good enough. Let's just pick it up with anyone. Actually, it's better for him. And a Pry Brigand. Can anyone pick that up? I don't think it's good. No, it's really bad. Good. Let's... Those sound effects. There's quite a few boxes along the edges. There's also these Tesla coil that dramatically show up, but they don't do anything if you don't get close enough to them. And you usually don't. Nice half axe. Those are bad. There we go. And here is the staff. Merrick staff even. That's what it's called. Oh. Well, guess I'm not getting it. You have to pick it up to open these doors. I don't know why. Let's let Merrick pick it up. There we go. Now we only need to get to Fortress Croft. Travel through the ice caves. Yeah, well, that was ages ago. Yeah. 42 health, 70 mana, 15 armor. This item cannot be sold because it is a... well, it's not really a quest item. It's a quest item that you have to pick it up, but it's not used for anything at this point. But it's a really good staff. Probably when I can use it, Merrick will use it for the rest of the game. We're gonna continue for a little bit more, just to get out of this area. Look at our gang. Now all the GoBots have been deactivated. Now we're gonna enter an area that is... Next episode, we're gonna enter an area that is relatively easy, except for the end of it, and a side area that is quite ridiculous. But first a cutscene.
Having defeated the goblin menace in its very lair, our hero stood with warding staff securely in hand. But the ancient evil remained elusive. Time was running out, and answers were in short supply. The truth would have to be found further east, toward Fortress Croft.
Way to Fortress Croft. And let's destroy all of these stupid robots. And that's gonna be the end of this episode. This has been nothing special. Next time, we'll open this secret wall and see what's behind it. I'll see you then. Bye.